Alright, so we're back with another NoGi Driller's Guide, and the big thing that I gotta admit is Jiu-Jitsu's evolving constantly, and it's really like frustrating to try to keep up with all the pieces and to improve your game of wherever it was. So, if you're a closed guard player and you're trying to get better at the closed guard, but now all these other 5, 6, 7, 8 guards are opening up, and you want to get good at all of them, and the biggest problem is you don't have enough time. Depending on what your life or your training habits or routines or what you have access to, it's almost unbearable sometimes to figure out all of it. It's very overwhelming. But the K-guard aspect is one of those things that is very new to me. I don't fully understand it. It still doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There's not a ton of content out there that really explains exactly what it is. So in this video, I'm exploring what I believe is K-guard, what I believe is the right concepts, the right entries. And from some of the footage that I'm watching, it's basically explaining that I need to, as I drop my foot is hooking behind Brandon's knee. So even before I throw the other foot over and hook, I'm taking my toes, and they want me to drop my knee right to the ground, and as soon as that knee from the De La Hiva touches the ground, it allows me to start putting a bend into his knee. And so then as I start drilling this and I start exploring this, I kind of start understanding exactly what they're meaning with the whole K-guard theory. And it's still one of those things, any guard that you're going to train and start to get to, you're going to have to drill it a lot, but you need to make sure that all your other guards and all your other little contingencies are in place. So, I play De La Hiva a lot. If you're going to play this series, in my mind, having a good De La Hiva is important. I also play reverse De La Hiva a lot. So it's really important that both of those guards, I think you improve those before you jump to this guard. That's just my opinion. Just because you have a good K guard, if your other guards aren't in place, there's no point for you to train this and for you to get good at this when all the other ones are going to fail and someone's going to pass your guard in 2 seconds. So if you're still new and you're not understanding the different guards, you should probably not start to do this one right away. But that's kind of what Brandon and I are doing right now. We're exploring exactly the concept, the control, realistically looking at it and analyzing it. I don't necessarily think my leg should just hang out there the way that it's hanging out there. I've always been trying to put a lot of focus lately, ever since I got brown belt. My biggest focus has been trying to hide my feet. I don't want my feet being out there where they're going to get leg locked, where they're going to get submitted, and that's what I'm working on. So with this new series, I've actually started getting a flow, and I started figuring it out and getting a little bit better on the concepts of exactly what I'm looking for, but it's still not perfect. And that's okay. When you're drilling, these are the things that you're working on. We're trying to explain exactly what we feel is correct or incorrect, right? So as Brandon's going through these things, he is trying to, not put 100% resistance in it, but he's trying to see, because at first he wasn't a believer. We're like, this doesn't really make sense. This doesn't really add up. But as we start getting through the drills and getting through the series here, it starts to feel like there's an actual real guard there, which is neat, because even at 10 years of jiu-jitsu now, it's really neat to be able to learn new things, to see new things, to constantly always be evolving my game. And right now I really like the place that it's at. It's at this playing top, guard passing, and figuring out kind of how the exact leg lock entanglements work. And it's making me more confident in not being 100% afraid when someone gets my foot. When I first started getting into the leg lock game, if anybody even captured my foot, at all, I was ready to tap. I had no clue what direction to go with it or what to do. And now as I start to explore it more and figure it out, I'm starting to have more confidence in it, and that's exactly what you should do with jiu-jitsu. So I appreciate you guys watching this episode, and subscribe for more content in the future.